Hey guys, welcome back. On the bench today, Husqvarna 128 LD, kind of like Husqvarna's like homeowners edition. Complaint, can't get it to start. I checked the fuel. It smells good. It looks good. It looks like two-stroke fuel. So I'm gonna quick do a demonstration of trying to start it, and we'll see if we can get it running. Then we'll go ahead and diagnose it right away. So I'm gonna give it a bunch of primes, put the choke on, make sure the switch is on. All right, let's give it a bunch of pulls. Go like half choke. Go no choke, full throttle. Right, so I tried this before. I can't get it to start. I'm going to, I want to make sure I have spark and compression right away. So we're going to take the air cover off here, pull the air filter, get some fresh fuel in there, try to bypass the whole carburetor and see if we can get it to start up. The air filter out. Kind of tilt this down a little bit. Put some fresh two-stroke fuel in here. I'm going to hold the throttle down when I do it. Now we'll see if we can get this to start. All right, cool. Starts and shuts off right away, which tells me we have some sort of carburetor problem, fuel problem, something going on where it's not getting fresh fuel into the system. So got to take this air box cover off. Probably going to be just a carb clean, kind of like most of my videos, but you know, it's a very common problem. So start here with these 2.8mm nuts. Slide that off. Here's our carburetor. Looking at the fuel lines, they look okay. I said fuel does go through, but they're getting a little dry, so I'll probably replace those right away. Pop that off, the bottom fuel line off first so I can get some of this fuel out of there, release the pressure. Slide this out, take the throttle off. Return line. And we'll take a quick look inside this carburetor, see where we can clean it or if we have to replace it. All right, first let's get this bubble off. Get down to the pump side diaphragm and our fuel filter, which is pretty dirty. So definitely clean and replace that. Let's take a look at the metering diaphragm. What you're looking for here. What you're looking for on this is it to not sound like hard plastic. And it's starting to sound like that. When I move it in and out, he shouldn't be able to hear that. So we'll have to replace that. Take a look inside here. Got a little bit of gunk right there by the needle. Clean that out. Clean this out. Pump diaphragm looks pretty good, and the gasket. So definitely going to get a metering diaphragm and the gasket here. Definitely going to clean or replace the fuel filter and then some of the passages here as well. All right, I was applying a little bit of air through here with my mouth, not recommended. I'm not getting much through here at all on the needle valve, so we're probably 95% blocked here. If you hold this screen up to the light, you should be able to see through it. And I can't see through it at all. I can't see anything through that. You should be able to see right through that guy. Let's check if I have the kit, that screen, and we'll do a cleaning on this. Okay, an RB29 kit should do the trick here. Comes with two different size metering diaphragms and different size fuel side diaphragm. So usually you can get a kit that kind of covers a couple different ones. So I'm going to be using, I'm going to replace that, that, and this. So if I hold this one up to the light, you can see right through it. That's what it's supposed to look like. All right, little carb clean here. We're going to spray some of these out a little bit. Usually clean is kind of gentle because you don't want put too much pressure to these ports here. You can destroy the check valve inside. Hit it with a little bit of air. All right, I'm getting air through here. I'm getting fuel through there, so we can go ahead and we put the new fuel screen in. Just make sure it's in there kind of evenly. Double check your pump diaphragms because there's two different ones in here. You can see the circles line up differently. I had the wrong one, so. And since I'm in here, I'm going to replace this gasket as well. It doesn't look bad, but everything else is getting a little old, so we'll just make sure we do it right. Breaking apart when I pull it apart. I'm going to clean this up real quick. All right, surface looks pretty good. Let's get this back together. Gasket first, pump diaphragm, and then we'll put this in place. Got to move your throttle out of the way. You know it's in right because it can't move. Check your primer bulb, looks good. And we can just put these screws in right away. Make sure to tighten by hand. And now our metering diaphragm gasket goes down first. Confirm that the pins are the same size. Some of these are sticking out real far. If that's wrong, you have the wrong carb kit. All right, that lays on top. We'll put these screws in. One thing you can do just to make sure that that's sealing and the needle valve's working and everything, get yourself a little pump like this. It's a vacuum tester. I'm only going to go up to about 5 here, and it should hold. Shouldn't see that drop very much. I mean, you're getting a tiny bit. Some of that can just be where the connections are. If I hit the primer bulb, it should open up. Okay, not necessary, but if you're doing a lot of these, it's a good tool to have just to confirm your needle valve is working. If you'd like a tool like this, add it to your collection. I'll put a link in the description where to get it. Okay, parts are replaced. We're going to take a look at the fuel filter and the fuel lines, maybe replace those. Don't like the way these fuel lines look, so we're going to rip those out. Yeah, they're breaking up. Yeah, they're breaking apart inside. I'm going to take a look at this fuel, get that fuel filter out, and probably replace it. Looks a little bit dark, maybe a little heavy on the mixture. Yeah, these fuel lines are just falling apart. Clean this tank out. All right, let's get some fuel lines and a fuel filter. All right, this is some Tygon fuel, not the generic plastic stuff that dry rots really fast. So we'll cut a couple pieces of this. We need one for the return line, doesn't have to be too long. We cut it on an angle so you can put it in easier. And then one for the fuel line, we'll go a little longer for that one. All right, we got to feed these down. I like to get them started with that pointy side. Come with the pliers. All right, return line's in. Let's get the fuel line. Get that started. Pull that down. We'll snip the end off and we'll put a new fuel filter on. Make sure that that sits on the bottom of the tank. I like to to have a little bit of slack on it so it can, you know, if it's upside down, it can sink to wherever the fuel is. Now we'll come back in with the carburetor. We'll put the throttle on. Have your return line here. Let's get this on, and then we'll measure how much we need of that fuel line. So cut about that much off. All right, make sure your throttle's in position. We'll put up against, check your, and we can put our air box on. And the two nuts. Let's clean this air filter off. It's okay. A little bit of oil stain, but it's nice and clean. Now put this on. Got some fresh non-ethanol 2-stroke fuel in there. When I'm missing my 2-stroke fuel, I like to use this full synthetic stable brand. I've seen to have pretty good luck with it. Not only is it the oil, but it's also the fuel stabilizer. So I use a little bit of fuel stabilizer in this. This has some in it as well. I seem to have good luck with it. It stays nice and blue color, and seems to last much longer. If you want to use this on yours, I'll put a link in the description and get it on Amazon. Let's get our fuel cap on. Now we'll prime it and see if we can get fuel to come through the carburetor. It did before, so yep, it's coming through. Now let's see if we can get it to start. Choke it. Okay, it does start, but I think I might need to adjust the carburetor a little bit. Let me start it again. Yeah, let me get the adjusting tool for this. We're going to come in right on top here and adjust the carburetor a little bit. This is the large spline, I'm pretty sure. Yep. All right, doesn't sound too bad. Here's some of the parts that were replaced inside the carburetor. You could just go and get an aftermarket carb. I kind of like the Zama carb. I think it does a pretty good job of keep it as long as I can. If the check valve does go bad, you do have to replace it anyway. Seems pretty good. I'm going to take it outside real quick, run it around for about 5-10 minutes, see if make sure it stays running and working. But I think we'll be good to go. Got any questions, hit me up in the comments. If this helps you, let me know in the comments. I appreciate the feedback. You can check out some of my other videos there. You can check out my channel there. Catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.